camera, Bob. That sounded weird. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. What are you doing?
So we got lazy, but it's in time.
We're good?
Yeah.
We're live.
We're live?
We're live.
We're live. Hey, everybody. I don't even know where to look at because I'm looking at the microphone. I'm looking up here. Anyway, I'm KP Walker Jr., and this is B, the Badass. This is Olivia, and this is Kiana. And we also have in the studio with us, welcome to the release party, but we also have in the studio with us my good friend, Deja Gilmore, and she's going to be guiding you guys through this and asking us questions about the album and stuff like that. Deja.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Okay, you can take off the mask if you want.
Oh, okay.
You can let it down a little bit.
All right.
So, go ahead, Deja. I'm gonna let you take it away. I want to do less talking.
You want to do less talking?
I want to do less talking. Well, I'm going to talk, but you know.
This is when we need you to talk, right?
I know. Yeah, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
Well, you've got this album. I just want to say we're proud of you. You've been working on this album for a really, really long time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Want to first off start with that, with the much needed and much deserved congratulations. For
Thank you.
this. Now, what's the title of your album?
Throwing paper.
Okay, give me a little bit about what's throwing paper? What's that?
Well, you know what? About 2 years ago, I was at an open mic because I've been doing poetry for a good 25 years. I was at an open mic, and I did this poem called Gun. And it was in a small library, and I just read the piece, so I couldn't remember it. So I'm old school. I don't read from my phone. I had it on pieces of paper. And instead of, like, confusing myself and putting the papers behind each other, I just threw the paper on the ground as I read. And another poet looked at me and goes, "Oh, man, that was so cool the way you threw the paper on the ground when you were reading it." And it stuck, and I kept doing it. And I got to the point where when I went to certain readings and I didn't throw paper, people would be disappointed. They'd be like, I remember going to a one reading, and two friends of mine, poet Lost Child and Introspective, they're sitting there, they're like, "Yo, you should go throw some paper." I'm like, "No, I got a piece I'm gonna do from memory." And he looked at me like I took their girlfriends or something. They're like, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do another piece where I throw paper." And they're like, yeah, like wow, you can't do that. So it's called throwing paper.
Okay, so you got to work with a lot of really cool people. One who's sitting right next to you, Brandon Velez, who's your background singer. Welcome to the combo. Tell me a little bit about your background, Brandon.
Well, I've been in the music scene since I was about 19.
Too strong.
But I haven't really been out there as much as I was since 2013 when I was in my first official successful band called Lurk. And I met this guy through that band. And that's how we connected. Okay. And ever since then, we've been just working on stuff here and there, together. And when he told me he wanted me to do, a part of this, I was like, I'll be honored, man. Just sign me up. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one time we filmed, remember that time we did that piece in my basement? Yes, that was nice.
That was nice. You recorded that.
You recorded that like in the basement.
Okay, we want to know what quote unquote that piece is. Like y'all can't like leave us out of the
secret. I got to look at all my videos and see it was years ago, man.
Yeah.
Because I made the piece. He made up singing lyrics, and we just vibed off of that. Mm-hmm. And I got to dig deep and find that.
We got to find. Cool. I know you posted it.
I posted it a while ago, and I got to find it again. I don't know where it is.
We'll find that.
And we also had Olivia on one of my pieces. Mm-hmm. My daughter Olivia, she's on Bus Stop. The piece called Bus Stop, which we're going to do in a few minutes. But she plays my sister in this. So she plays my sister. So it's an incident that happened. Kiana is also on the album. There's a part where I needed a crowd scene at What Happened to the Revolution. Mm-hmm. And Kiana was part of the crowd scene.
Okay.
And, I allowed her to curse. So, you know, I'm bad dad. A couple people who couldn't be here. Ken Dittmer, who did all the percussion on this, on most of the tracks. Ken Dittmer was awesome. And one of my inspirations is The Last Poets. For the 60s and 70s, and he used to listen to them also. And he said, what kind of vibe you want? I said, dude, we're going to do a Last Poets style thing. And he's like, cool. And we just did his part in one night. Boom. The 3 songs he did, we did them in one night. Eli Daniels threw some trumpet in. After everything was recorded, I just wanted some musicians' opinions, and Eli listened to some of the tracks, and he's like, I hear some trumpet in these. And I'm like, coincidentally, I'm going to the studio tonight to finish up some stuff. I said, you want to come in and lay some trumpet down on some of the tracks? Eli's like, yeah, let's do that. And he came in, and he put trumpet on 3 different tracks, and I should have had these on. And from what he did, me and Bob were looking at each other. And ooh, echo. Me and Bob were looking at each other, and it was like the tracks took a totally different meaning with the trumpet behind it. And there was a lot of magical moments. And I think one of the more magical moments, Eli did a great job, but one of the more magical moments is Raisa Stevens, the singer on Unbroken Spirit. There's a young lady who works with me doing my day job. And that night that we did Unbroken Spirit, Bees in Unbroken Spirit, Raisa, Ajoda, I'll get to Ajoda in a minute, Ajoda who did the keyboard line. Let me get to Ajoda now. Ajoda did the keyboard. A week before we did Unbroken Spirit, me and him, we got the keyboard line for Unbroken Spirit, and we got the keyboard line for music. And we met up. He's a friend, an old friend of mine. I'm friends with his family. And Ajoda came in and did a great job with that stuff and got those in. That night we did Unbroken Spirit. Ajoda, Raisa Stevens, and B had never met each other. I think Bob knew B and Bob knew Ajoda, and but the 3 of them never met each other at all. Okay. And we laid down Unbroken Spirit without Eli's trumpet in one night within like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. All of it. And
how long is the poem?
The song is about 5 minutes long, maybe 4 minutes long. Okay. So we laid that all down at once. And the magical part about it was Raisa is a very unassuming person, a very beautiful young lady. Shout out to Raisa Stevens. She is not here because she is like 8 months pregnant, like 7.5. She's about to pop any time now. And she didn't make it over. But the thing with... We're good? Okay. And one of the things was when she went into the booth, I remember distinctly, because she was quiet most of the night and she was just chilling in the cut. But when she went in the booth and started singing, Ajoda, B, and Bob and I all looked at each other like, what the hell is going on? Like, she was riffing behind my lyrics, and we were just like, you remember that? Because we were sitting out here like amazed, like, and they're looking at me like, where'd you get her from? Like, she blew it up. She blew it up.
Well, let me ask you a little bit about the essence of the album, since you're talking about how the trumpets, Raisa's voice, and Brandon's voice kind of, lit up some of the tracks that you have on your album. The essence of it, what exactly are you trying to convey with your messages?
A lot of the messages on this project are basically about being black in America. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things going on in America right now that people don't like, and that people are sketchy about that has a lot of division going on. And it's a lot of division going on, doesn't have to be. And that's what this album is about. The first song on the album is Bus Stop. Bus Stop is about the first time my sister and I were at a bus alone. We used to be latchkey kids in North Philly in Germantown. We lived in Germantown. We had to go from North Philly to Germantown. And it's about the first time a group of guys drove by in a car and the first time somebody called me a nigger. Mm-hmm. That's what Bus Stop is about. Mm-hmm. Voice of a Generation is about, being a voice and how you're perceived. There's a piece on there called Color People that's pretty much says the difference between saying color people and people of color. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference. There's White Russian Cocktail, which is about, Trump and White Russian Cocktail. Basically, you choose to, be in league. You drink White Russian cocktails while we die, is basically what that says. Throwing Paper is the last track we added on, and Bob and I did that one night, just two of us in here. And Throwing Paper is pretty much why I do what I do. I'm going to do that one later, and you'll see. It's kind of hard to explain. You'll see.
No, let's talk about Bob. Bob helped produce.
Bob Bowling. Bob Bowling is not just an engineer. He is the producer of this track. He is, matter of fact.
So how did he bring this to life? Like, what were some of the inputs and ideas that really helped shape?
Well, one of the things is when I had an idea, Bob would tell me if it would work or not. Mm-hmm. And Bob would come up with other ideas and throw it in there. Mm-hmm. And if I didn't like it, he didn't use it. But if I liked it, we used it. Bob had Bob was very open to everything I was doing, and it made it easier for me. Mm-hmm. With the sounds and everything else. Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, you want to come here for a minute?
Oh man.
Is
this live on Facebook too?
It's live on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
With the headphone extension.
What are you doing?
I thought I here. I'm better off not here. I guess I'm trying to fix it.
Okay. All right. Do you need to? Okay. Okay, that's Bob Bowling. He's the guy who is as much responsible for this. I put the words together and the musicians put the music together. This is the guy that made the whole thing possible, mixed it, everything else, put all the sounds together. Bob Bowling is more than just an engineer. He's more like a producer on this one. So
he's the man.
He's the man.
I'll say this. Kenny came in, just put my 2 cents in on this thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was going to do the night. He told me he had a spoken word album he wanted to make. I hadn't heard any pieces yet. I hadn't heard. I know Kenny for a while now, so I know where he stands on things. And but I still know what's coming. He went in the booth and did the first one was Bus Stop, and I sat there at the desk setting levels and getting stuff. I'm usually just ready to start working on sound, and I sit there with chills on my arms. You know what I'm saying? For real, I had chill bumps on me, and then I just paid attention to every word he said. And throughout the album, it was just the same thing again and again and again. And everyone feels the way they feel about certain things, but some things you can't deny is truth. So that's what happened. Pretty much every session, he comes with another song, and I was like, "What's gonna?" Not a song, a piece. And some were songs, some were just spoken word pieces. But
have you ever produced an album like this before?
No.
So this is.
I did some hybrid bands that talk or have a message, but specifically, this is primarily speaking. This whole record. I mean, how many songs can you have?
We have 7. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta do that. Okay, we have 7 songs. It's 14 altogether. So we have 8 songs and 6 interludes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the spoken words just like a rhythm behind them.
Yeah,
it's not like a band, but one song is Jodo on the keyboards.
Yeah,
and everyone, the whole crew singing, and bass. We had bass in there. We had a bunch of different things in there. Eli on the trumpet. So that was our whole musical production.
How important is the sound in creating the mood for
the
Big
track.
Oh wow.
Put
How
reverb,
important.
put reverb on one word, so it sounds like a pastor at a church. You know,
Yeah.
like a strong message. At the end, went poof, and the room just create that stuff to make it. You know,
So it's
more
almost
powerful.
like movie music. You know how
Yeah.
you're
Exactly.
waiting for the killer to come through the door and
Yeah.
you know, or whatever, and you have that suspenseful music. So it's
Right.
the kind of the,
Get to that
the
key,
same.
that key line or
essence.
phrase is when he's driving the point home, making a point. All of a sudden, it gets a little bit louder and a little bit bigger, and then when he stops the word, it's like a book just slammed like on an altar or pulpit or something like that. Like boom, and you just silence. Everyone just swallow that.
Yeah.
Then he starts again. You know,
It is
And
one
that's
piece-
that's where we try to create like drama. or, you know.
In White Russian Cocktail, Bob's like, okay, we're gonna drop all the music on this word because I say bullshit, and he just dropped everything, kind of like he's like, yeah, this is what we're doing here, and like that was his decision, and I heard it, I'm like, hey, that sounds pretty good. We're gonna stay with that. Like that's nice.
Wanna hear it?
Well, I'm ready to hear the first one. The first one, are we doing Bus Stop? With
We're gonna do
Olivia
Bus
Walker?
Stop. We're gonna do Bus Stop. Hold on a second.
All right.
And Bus Stop, you know what? This chair is really low. I thought we would be on spoons.
Frailty will make this cable long enough for they go. You want to stand up or you want to sit down, Fran?
I'm going to sit down for Bus Stop. I'm going to stand up for throwing paper.
So I'm gonna kill the
And Olivia,
the second mic.
we're going to, you know what? I'm going to throw paper while I sit down. I'm going to do that.
Kenny, you want to sit? Let me bring this to you.
I'm gonna
I
sit.
want to be a little closer to for your.
Okay. I'm going to sit. Olivia, you remember your part? Oh, I just got shut off. Okay. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to, you remember your part?
That's a reroute.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold. Did you hear that? Okay. They get Kenny. Okay. Olivia's a little nervous. She's a little shy.
You can't be nervous. You live. Come on now.
You live. Okay, you ready?
No.
Get down.
Come on, Kenny. Mom and Dad said we have to stay inside. Come on. Kenny. Kenny. Kenny.
I remember the first time I was called nigger. I must have been about 9 or 10 years old. I remember the first time I was called nigger because that's the first time my heart went cold. See, I was with my sister waiting on the corner for the next bus, and we must have been in the wrong neighborhood because of all the people there was just us. I remember the first time I was called nigger. It was a bunch of white boys packed in the car in the drive-by yelling, niggers, 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 eat shit. And that's when we all started to cry. We heard the word before, but never as a form of attack. Children are humiliated and helpless with no way to fight back. And the first time they called me nigger, it was like they took something from me. It was like I was nothing to them because a nigger was all they could see. And through my years, I've been called many things, many bad things that disrespect my name. But I was about 9 or 10 when they called me nigger, and my life ain't never been the same. And I know these young cats use it as a term of endearment and put an EA on the end and saying they're taking the power away from the racists because that word belongs to them. But I don't think anybody should have that word because it broke my heart and spirit when I was like 9 or 10. And since that day, the hate I had for that word is beyond any hate I could ever express because I grew up a strong, proud black man. And you calling me nigger makes me less.
You gotta clap and you gotta snap it up.
Snap it up. Okay, we snap it up. Okay, we're snapping it up. But I just want to reiterate to everybody who's listening. I don't know how many people we got listening to us, but it's on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon,
It's everywhere.
TikTok. There's a meme on TikTok. It's all over the place. So, come check it out. We're going to do a couple more. So stay with us. I want to shout out to everybody who's listening. Kevin, Karen, Raisa, Leo's out there. Michelle and Chris are out there. And Latasha's out there. So Gerald Webb is out there. Thanks, guys, for hanging in with us.
Tell Joe Webb Bob Bones said hi.
Oh, Gerald, Bob Boland says hi. You know Gerald?
Yeah, high school. Man.
Everybody knows Gerald. You went to high school with Gerald?
Yeah.
Small world.
He's a lot older than me.
But yeah, I know. He's an old guy. Gerald's an old guy. But in any event, that's that. And what are we looking at here? Oh, I know what we're doing. You want to do another one?
Yeah. I mean, are you ready for another one?
Yeah, and also I want to give a shout out to the first track on the album is an interlude before Bus Stop comes on. And that interlude is me and Mackenzie talking because I'm trying to be hip and cool for my daughters here. I'm trying to be a cool dad. And
how's that working, girls?
Come on, be honest. Be honest.
Wow.
Talk about your dad.
Kiana's like,
well, I'm not going to speak on Mackenzie, but on Olivia, yes.
What?
yes, what?
Guess what?
He is.
He's cool?
Yes.
Yeah. See?
I try to be the cool dad.
I just
doesn't
seen
always
you
work
guys doing the video.
Phasey.
What was y'all singing? Escape.
No, Candy
SWV.
Rain.
Yeah, that's what
That was Mackenzie. Me,
That was Mackenzie.
Me, Olivia, and Mackenzie
Gotcha.
singing Candy Rain.
I see.
That was Olivia's idea.
You was at work? Okay.
She works
Well,
hard.
it's okay. Get that money.
She just graduated from high school. She just graduated from high school and bought her first car.
Oh, yay.
So
Congratulations.
she's all good.
She's mobile.
Okay. She's
Watch out
mobile.
now.
Right.
She's a mobile teenager, which means you barely see her.
What? I'm at Chick-fil-A every single day of my life. What you expect?
Yo, where my
Okay,
fries
see
at?
that? See that?
We run out. I'm not going to lie to you. We really
So
did.
before we
really
move on
did.
from
That's
Bus
what I got.
Stop, I just wanted to ask, especially since you touched on the climate, the racial climate in America right now, and how essentially your entire album is coming out in a time when we need a voice to be able to personify, you know, a lot of thoughts of people in the world. No matter what race they are, there are a group of people that stand together and want racial equality for those who are oppressed. So where do you think that this album, and specifically that song where the essence of someone calling someone a nigger is not acceptable, where do you think that stands today?
I think I'm gonna put it to you like that. Before I came here, a couple of friends of mine told me they had heard the album through Facebook, and I kind of posted what they said, and they said it was Tim and Beth Mooney, and they pretty much said, and this is a white couple, and they said like it made them laugh, made them cry, they felt it, they learned stuff, like it affected them, and they loved it, which was a great compliment, because I respect them as musicians. But still, the thing of it was, you know, I think when people hear it that are not of color, it might teach them how put the shoe on the other foot, or how we might feel about some things. And when people hear it of color, it might say to them, like when they hear something like what happened to the revolution, you know, it might say to them like, wow, we did kind of lose touch with everything that happened before us a little bit, and maybe we need to get back to that. And you know, but I think on a lot of notes right now, a lot of people have gotten back to that, and I'm very you go on social media and you talk to people, you know, you see it's to the point now where it's not just people of color, it's people that are not of color. That is actually what needs to happen. People that are not of color need to stand up and say, okay, enough's enough. We can do it all day. And, you know, not too many people want to listen to us as much, but we do have to unify to do that. But when we have people coming together, then it makes it that much simpler. Where you have, you know, white nationalists or racists, you know, we got to make them the minority, make them the outcast. Because if they're not going to come on to what togetherness is, then we really don't need to hear from them.
Right.
I don't know if I said that right.
Okay.
I don't want
Unity.
people getting mad at me. Unity, that's right, Bob. Unity.
All right. So the next one that you were going to do is music for us. What is music about? Tell us a little bit about
music is like
that.
probably the one piece on there that isn't about the revolution.
Okay.
Music is more about music, and music.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's more. It's about a young guy like me, a young black guy growing up in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and what I listened to, and that's what music is about. And I just had this idea when I wrote it. I said, I'm gonna throw this in the middle because everything's kind of hardcore around it. So I'm gonna throw this piece in the middle just to kind of balance out a little bit. A lot of the interludes balance it out also. Mm-hmm. So I went online and said, do I know anybody who knows how to beatbox? Mm-hmm. And my man here answered, I didn't know he could, but he did. Mm-hmm. And we went in the studio and we laid it down.
Okay. All right.
So we're gonna lay it down for you right now.
Hear it.
Yeah. Hey Bob, you got that?
Which one? The music?
Yeah. For music.
Yeah.
Music for music.
Kenny's out. I'm gonna mute your track,
Okay.
and I'm leaving. And B's gonna do his piece live.
Yeah, we just need the bass line.
Yep. All right, we're rolling.
Hopefully we get this right.
Oh, let me get the mics for you guys. Let me adjust this mics for you. Hold on.
He's
What way you
performing.
wanna
You
be?
all right?
Yeah.
You got
we
it.
didn't rehearse.
Unprofessional camera break here.
Okay, that's
Matter
fine.
of fact, here's like this. Well, you're not doing this single, but we're gonna have to do an aerial cable here. I didn't think about this.
Y'all watching Bob at work right now.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I wrestle cables. That's my job.
There you go. All right, there you go.
So this kind of beat coming on right here. It'll sound better. A little separation.
Sit over here a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
get you. I get you.
All right. Can you do it like that? You good? Okay.
Oh, let's tell us a little.
Evan a
Tell us a
professional.
little more.
Said you can do
Okay.
this in sleep.
All right.
Here, B.
Oh, we got a chair for him. We got a chair for him. Thanks everybody for joining
So
in.
just stay the same distance. You guys should just be the same distance from each mic, and it'll work just fine. Everything will be okay.
It's okay. We're good. We're good. Okay.
Now this right here is called music.
Yes, this is called music.
There's gonna be some talking here with you and Eli. We'll leave that go.
We got this. All right. We're gonna lay this down, okay? Yo, man, look. While Jody's running this bass line, I want to tell you about my music. I want to tell you about old school stuff.
All right.
So what I want you to do is I want you to do some beatboxing behind me, and we're gonna run this through.
All right, let's do it.
Eli.
Yo, Eli.
What's up? What's up?
Here we go. You dropping me out?
Yep, you're out.
Okay. I grew up on hip hop like reservoirs from raindrops to the beat you don't stop, Flavor Flav and Big Clocks. Cutters blow and crush groove, B-boys break electric boogaloo. Young boys catch that shit on YouTube, but we live those days, just get through. If Eric B was really president and self-destruction not the intent, East Coast, West Coast coexistent, drop the beat, hand me the mic in an instant. Diggle plans cool like that, Heavy D with Coffee Black, Buster on a trial track, some things you just can't get back. Tupac and Biggie ahead of the game, Scorpio show no shame, jump around like House of Pain. You can get with this, or you can get with that, but stay in your lane. Music molding, music holding, who I be, how I see. Music reaching, music teaching, setting souls free. Just to be me. I was raised on R&B, back at Dad's car where you find me. On home on vinyl, no CD, 45 12-inch or 32 LP. Traveling from the crib to motel, Temptations, Supreme sounds. On a good foot like James Brown, Jungle Boogie. Get down, get down, get down. Yeah, that's me in the back of the 75 Green Impala. Marvin Gaye make you wanna holler. On Gladys midnight train to Georgia. Mommy singing along with Aretha as we living in the city like Stevie Wonder and Michael moonwalking on Thriller. Nobody like Luther. Cisco Kid was a low rider. I get up on the downstroke from Chocolate City. Dance with somebody like Whitney and Purple Rain and Dirty Minds and Controversy all night long, like Lionel Richie. Music molding, music holding, who I be, how I see, music reaching, music teaching, saying souls free. Just be you, just be me. That's my music, and I'm free. That one has a nice little groove to it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mr. Freedom.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. So, I also want to give a shout out to my son in Japan, George O'Connell, who did the artwork. For the album. So that throwing paper, that's an original artwork by my son, and
And that's exciting. Because
that's exciting.
he's
So
also
I was
grandfather.
able to get
New
all the
grandfather,
kids.
right?
Huh?
You're a new grandfather, right?
Yeah, I'm a new grandfather.
Yeah.
I'm a new grandfather. I'm still young. I'm a young grandfather. Yes.
He's a gilf.
Gilf. There you go. A gilf. I'm a gilf.
It's hilarious.
Grandfather. Ladies, I'm a gilf. I'm just.
He's single.
I'm single.
Come
too.
on.
I'm single. Come on with it, baby.
Hey,
So.
you want to hear George's message?
Oh yeah, let's play George's message.
We gotta find it.
Oh, you gotta find it.
I got her here.
Okay.
I should have found it then and said when I hear it.
Okay, so how long have you been working on this album? Because I know I've been hearing like White Russian Cocktail and What Happened to the Revolution for a while. So you've been compiling these pieces.
I've been compiling these pieces for a while,
minute.
and I think we started recording it. It took us a year and a half to get to this point right here. Mm-hmm. And originally, I started doing the album. You know the reason I really started doing this album, putting everything together? Because at the time, 2 years ago, Kiana did a lot of YouTube videos, and they're hilarious. They're nice, and she does a nice job with photography. And the reason I did this, so I would have something recorded so Kiana can help me make a video. That's the sole reason. So we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Kiana. I wanted her to make a video for me so I could encourage her to do that if that's what she wanted to do. But now she's 18 with her own car, so you will never see her again.
Well, I'm at work. You will see me at Chick-fil-A.
I like to throw out like that.
I got George's message.
Okay, this is the interlude on the CD, and this is George that we put on there.
Yo, Dad, I got the tracks you sent me for the new album. I'm loving it. I'm going to whip up some album art for you, man, because we got to work on this. I got some ideas that are coming to me already. We'll have you out there looking professional, you know what I mean? All right, man. Keep up the good work. Peace.
So your son does graphic design?
Yeah, my son, he went to school for art. He went to University of Art, and right now him and his wife teach in Japan. And on May the 22nd, they had Milo, my first grandson, and they will be back home in August, and I will be spoiling that kid as much as I can.
It sounds like you need to write a poem.
I very well may.
Yeah, I think you need to
Why you throwing me on the spot like
I'm just
that?
saying. You know what I mean? Like, you got to capture that. It's gonna
Yeah, you're right. I do. I should write it.
gotta capture
I probably will. Once we play around a lot and we hang out, I'm going to do that.
Good.
Am I too close to the mic?
No, you're fine.
I'm fine. Okay.
You gotta write a poem and you gotta do it for him.
See, there you go. But yeah, before we go on, we have other people here. P
Yes, sir.
is a singer and performer in his own right. And if it's okay, I know this is my release, but I like to put other people on the spot also. So if you could either sing or rap or do something original, I would appreciate it because,
I mean, I don't have any beats with me.
Okay.
But I mean, I can acapella it if you want.
You can
By
acapella.
Dre.
Huh?
Beats by Dre on the car.
Beats
Yeah.
by Dre.
You can acapella, man. Go ahead, acapella. I'm good with you acapella. Everybody, this is Brandon Velez doing this thing.
All right, let me step back a little bit. I'm gonna be a little loud. This is from a song I haven't released yet, so y'all getting a little preview here on the live. It's called Harmonium. All right. We could save the world if we all come together. We could all move mountains and spread love for forever. Judgment free with harmony, we come into one. We unite, dark and light, harmonium. And that's just like the chorus right there. So,
Give us another one.
you want another one?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's get the effects going. Let's go.
Snap it.
Yeah, snap it, snap it. Give us one more, man.
Let me see. I had another song that is out right now. It's called Vibrancy. I gotta remember the words real quick. Shoot, how'd that one go? Can't remember the words to that one.
Can't remember the words?
I write my own stuff. Yeah. I mean, I like to do covers here and there if I can.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm mainly an original guy. I feel like I have a message that people need to hear, So,
And what's your message? What's your overall message? Like, I listened to your names of your song, Vibrancy, and things like that. You seem like you're trying to vibrate on a higher level,
yes,
type vibe, if you will.
So yeah, basically, I'm trying to raise the vibration of the planet, of the people on the planet, and
you got your crystals over there.
Yes, yes. So I just want to bring consciousness back to music, because right now I feel like the music has gotten a little too unconscious, and it's kind of like going backwards rather than moving forwards. And so that's basically what my message is about, is bringing consciousness to the music, but also bring a healing message so that it helps people relate to the songs and be able to heal their own, pain
traumas.
inside, the traumas. Exactly. So I'm trying to be that for people, and I feel like that's me. And I'm using my own experiences as well in these songs, because I know that a lot of people can relate to my experiences as well. And I've come from a lot of pain, a lot of darkness from my past, and I'm just putting out there, what people should be, I guess, doing in order to get over those things. You know what I'm saying? So. Vibrancy, that song, it's out. I forget the words right now, but Vibrancy is about, love and, just spreading love everywhere you go and being and embodying that exact emotion, because we all need a little more love in this world, and
yes, we do.
We all deserve it. So
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
And I also want to put this out there, because even though I just put this out this weekend, I'm already working on the next project for 2021, and of course I'm going to ask B to be a part of it. Of course, I'm going to do it right here in Bob's studio, and I'm in my mind, I have an idea for a song that Kiana can rap, so I might even get Kiana to rap on it. I don't know. We've been bouncing around. Raisa's going to be a part of it because she also plays keyboard, And,
I can rap too, by the way.
I know you can. We're going to get to that.
I'm just saying.
We're going to get to that. And
I want to know if Kiana got something written that she might be able to.
Come on,
spit us a little
freestyle.
16 real quick. That's what I want to know. As soon as you said she can rap, she was like, hold up.
She can, but she. Are you in your mind? Are you in your zone?
She ready to
do
go.
She's like, don't put me on the spot right now.
Kiana's like, yeah, don't put me on.
I know she's shy. I'm not going to put you on
I
the
was
spot.
I was at the shore all day with my friends. You know, I got sunburn. I'm good.
I don't have sunburn. I don't get sunburn. I'm Kiana Walker.
Yeah.
You want a rap battle right now?
You can
live?
tell by saying that is my kid. I can't even deny it. But in any event, she, you know, I'm working on the next project. I'm looking for people who want to work with me. When I did this, a lot of people came in the studio with me, and all they wanted to do was be part of the project. So I'm looking for people who are going to actually collaborate. The next project is going to be dance songs that's going to have a meaning, that's going to like feel good vibrations, pick people up, pick up people's spirit, positive dance songs kind of thing I want to do. It's going to have some spoken word. It's going to have some rap, but it's going to be predominantly singers. And I've already reached out to a few that we're going to get on, and we'll probably do like 7 tracks and 7 interludes, and it's going to be a nice dance album. So if you know any musicians out there that want to be a part of that, hit me up.
That's awesome.
You know.
That's awesome.
That's what we can do.
Let's get into the next one, which is one of my favorites. What Happened to the Revolution is an amazing piece that Kenny does and literally gets standing ovations in every single poetry slam, poetry open mic. It's an amazing piece. If he can find it fast enough.
I can find it.
So tell me, what was the basis behind What Happened to the Revolution?
The basis behind What Happened to the revolution rather, hand me that because I don't think I took it out. The basis behind What Happened to the Revolution was pretty much, I'm a big fan of the Last Poets. And they do a couple of pieces. Last Poets and Gil Scott-Heron. Of course, Gil Scott-Heron has the famous "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." The Last Poets had "Niggas Are Scared of Revolution" and "When the Revolution Comes." So from those, that's when Gil Scott-Heron wrote "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." Now, this is back in the late 60s and the 70s, early 70s. And what happened was I wrote it as if from that time in the 70s to the 80s and 90s into now, it's kind of like we lost the purpose of a revolution. Some things happened in between where the revolution was just not important to us anymore.
Do you think it's important now?
It is important now. It is important now. Bear with me 1 second.
It's definitely most important now because right now we need another revolution in order to make things right again because things are not right. Things are kind of in chaos. So
Yeah, things are kind of in chaos.
So do we think that this is the revolution? I mean, a lot of things that are
going on now
come from a lot of these changes, the protests. Everything is really pushing the envelope on change.
Yes.
So can we say this is the revolution now?
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's the beginning.
Yeah, it's the beginning. Definitely the beginning. Yeah, it's definitely the beginning of the revolution. People are starting to wake up and see what's going on and see how it is, how things are going.
There's levels to this shit, you know?
It truly is.
Yeah,
it's like
a lot of levels. We're watching. I think right now in 2020, we are watching so many historical things between the COVID, between the Black Lives Matter, between, people coming around with different things.
2020 is a doozy.
Yeah, 2020 is a doozy, man.
Think about it like this: 2020 vision.
Look at you. Look at you being all philosophical.
Yeah.
But when I do this, what happened to the revolution, we're going to do this a cappella. Okay. But when I do this a cappella, you guys are going to help me out. Okay. And when I say what happened to the revolution, I want everybody to say,
Happened to the revolution was.
Yeah. What happened to the revolution was.
You already know.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Bob knows because Bob loves. Bob loves this one.
I had the phone with this one. I phone with this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob loves this one. So when I say what happened to the revolution, you guys say what happened to the revolution. What? But then the last, I will hold my hand up, and that's when you don't say it. Okay. Because there's one part you don't. People get this messed up.
So what's the cue to say it?
Just whenever I say what happened to the revolution.
And then we say.
And then one time, the last time I say it, I'm gonna hold my hand up. That means you
don't
guys
say
don't say
nothing.
that.
Right.
So yeah.
Yo, Kenny.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the track, too. The megaphone guy we created, he's going to be in there, too.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
This isn't playing around.
Okay. What happened to the revolution?
Hold on. Hey, Kenny, I got to go with the track.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm my bad.
He ready.
See, what happened to the revolution was brothers got our afros box braided and faded. Then Jerry curled that shit until the juice dropped down over the eyes and blinded us to what was happening. By the time we cut that shit off, the time of revolution had passed. What happened to the revolution was? See, what happened to the revolution was brothers and sisters put away their dashikis, traded in for the latest fashion trend because everyone, including Theo Huxtable, wanted a Gordon Cottrell shirt. What happened to the revolution? What happened to the revolution was? See, what happened to the revolution was it was televised, but in the 80s we was watching Cosby. In the 90s we was watching Martin. Now we just binge watching Netflix and chilling because niggas love to watch TV and fuck, and that's more entertaining than the revolution.
You know that's right.
What happened to the revolution?
What happened to the revolution? What?
What happened to the revolution was... Oh, okay. You know what?
You had your lyrics messed up.
My lyrics all messed up. Wow. You know what? I am so sorry. My lyrics are all messed up.
Huh. You want to do it raw?
Yeah, we're going to do it raw.
I'll put the beat up for you.
We're going to do it raw.
I'll put the beat up.
Hand me that one right there. We're going to start from the beginning. We're going to do it raw.
That's because you're throwing paper.
Yeah, well, no.
Right.
You know what? This version is not... You know what we're going to do? We're going to do what happened to the revolution last.
Okay.
Because I have a better
It's your
version
world.
that's in my computer that I'm going to get in a minute.
All right.
And what we're going to do is we're going to do the title cut, throwing paper. Okay. All right, we're going to come back to what happened to the revolution. All right.
We can just play the song. You want to hear it?
No, I'm going to do it.
All right.
Because you like it and Deja likes it. So I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Doing it. All right.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Also, to give us some comments. Let us know if you're liking the live stream. Talk to us. If you have any, if you see me perform and you have any stuff that you want me, my old stuff that you want me to do, if I can remember it, I'll do it. But anyway, this is called throwing paper. I'm gonna stand up. Is it okay if I stand up for this? There you go. I'm gonna stand up for throwing paper.
Use this. Hold on. Switch here.
What?
This one can go.
You can't talk down so much. Down here. Down that little.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to stand up a little bit because that chair is low. And okay, this is called Throwing Paper. This is the title track of the whole album, and it will explain why I'm throwing paper. So here it is. Throwing paper.
Go close.
Really? Okay.
Eat it. Eat that mic.
I throw paper when I rhyme, like I throw out, oh, you know what? While I do this, if you guys hear something you like, give me some snaps.
Okay.
Just go ahead and snap. I throw paper when I rhyme. I throw out poetic lines like, politicians throw out lies, or maybe they just bend the truth because they know their lies got no proof, and they just want us to go to the left or the right, but we just want to sleep through the night. But this insomnia be played out like Atari. We need to reset the game and get a for the people, by the people party. They sorry. Or Ephesians say they sorry. I throw paper to stroke the flames that keep me enraged because they kept my ancestors enslaved. Bodies upon bodies in unmarked graves. These are the papers made from the tree that Black Moses passed, trying to make our people free. That's the same tree that stood there since they had my people lynched. I throw paper to lit the lynching party's bonfires, or the bombs that came from the aerial flyers that were sent to Tulsa, because that was the price, because niggas wasn't supposed to have anything nice. This is the paper that Lincoln used to draft the Emancipation Proclamation, which was written to burn because it didn't mean shit to this nation. There was no law to stop the racist infestation. See, Lincoln didn't want to free anybody anyway. He just had a difficult situation. See, he thought it would save a doomed nation, but it never ended plantation. I throw paper like they throw out every conviction of cops who kill every unarmed Black man who did that shit because he can, because it's like our extermination is the master plan. I throw paper for every law that's made to keep me down, that's low-key made because my skin is brown, for every discrimination that says I can't move to this town, for every school administration that makes rules to keep my kids in the system now, for every 40 acres we didn't plow, for every restaurant that I'm still not allowed, for every time I'm singled out in the crowd. I throw paper to represent all who died at the hands of the KKK from the birth of the nation until today, the biggest terrorist group no matter what they say. And with that same energy and that same theory, I throw paper for the Black Panther Party, who never terrorized anybody anyway, policing the police in their day, but considered a threat to America, or that's what J. Edgar Hoover would say. He lied because he was scared. He wanted Black unity to be feared. I throw paper to litter the streets with my word. Hope you look down and read what you should have heard. Alert you to the things going on because this shit's been going on too long. And after I read what I wrote, listen to what I spoke, I hope when you look up, you woke. Until then, I'll be here speaking my truth. So on paper. Thank you.
I think that's actually one of the best ones I've heard. I don't think I've heard throwing papers before.
Yeah, you never heard that?
I don't think I've heard that one.
Okay, well.
I think that was my first time actually hearing that.
Throwing paper.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look at all his paper. He's already throwing paper.
I threw paper all over the place.
That's where we really got the title.
Get a view on that.
That's his organization skills.
Right.
It is. It is. It's like, it's going to be like, well, that's why I brought my daughters along. Okay. Yeah, that's why I brought my daughters along, because I sue paper, but somebody's got to clean it up.
Not me. You be Olivia.
I ain't doing it.
I'm not doing it. Nose goes. You can do it yourself.
Once you do that.
So, but yeah, that was throwing paper. And we're going to get what happened to the revolution.
All right, so what's next for you, Kenny? Are you performing anywhere? Are you trying to perform anywhere? I know that with the pandemic, a lot of events and,
Well,
you know.
it's funny you should ask, because on Thursday, I'm going to be a part of this Facebook Zoom show with a bunch of poets nationwide across the world. It's Voices Against Racism.
Wow.
And I'm going to post it on my page. Thursday night, it starts at 7, and poets are going to be reading. It's about 8 or 10 poets, and I was asked to be one of those poets. So it's going to be poets from all over America on this one, and it's going to be a really nice event. So I'm going to be reading My America, my oldie but goodie, My America, which I wrote because I was, it's about being in different Americas. And I wrote it because I was I was working at a friend's pizza shop, and I was the only black guy there. And we were watching TV, and we were watching AMC, and an old movie came on about a opera singer. Everybody else is Italian or whatever, and from South Philly. They know who this opera singer is. I had no clue. And we watched the movie. I like musicals. It was good. And they were surprised I didn't know who the singer was. The next week we were watching Jeopardy, and it was about American women. And the question was, of this event, she said all she wanted to do was go home after a hard day's work. I said, Rosa Parks. And they're all looking at me like, who? They didn't know the story of Rosa Parks. So My America, I'm gonna do that for that. And that's pretty much about people growing up in different Americas. You know, and then I'm going to do a piece I just wrote that was inspired by my sister, who wrote a post on Facebook how she couldn't sleep, and it was at the height of the George Floyd riots and everything else, and everybody was COVID and the riots and the protest, and my sister was just saying how she couldn't sleep, so I wrote a piece called "I Can't Sleep," and that's on my YouTube page. Kenny KP Walker Jr. And I'm gonna do those two on that night. Nice. And and my next, like I said, I'm after the COVID. Well, there's no after the COVID. Next month, I'm gonna start the writing and everything for the next album, and then if I get some people, musicians, I really don't want to use beats for this, but if I have to, I will. So if somebody wants to be a part of this, they can. But, I usually like to perform with live musicians, but we'll see what happens. So,
is this what happened to the revolution?
It is what happened to the revolution. Mm-hmm. Yes, and this is the right version of it. And we have it. So, but in any event, I'm going to do that album, the dance album. I hope everybody likes this one. And I need to figure out a way to get some feedback on people who actually listen to it and what they think of it. And just to see if I'm on the right track for future projects, because I'm going to keep doing albums. I think I want to do an album a year.
Okay.
Until I die.
Yeah. What are you looking at me for?
We're 2 months behind on the next one.
I'm sorry?
We're 2 months behind on the next one then.
Well,
you said an album a year till you die, right?
Called, I Can't Sleep, right? Or I Can't Breathe?
I Can't Sleep. That's not going to be on the next album, though.
No? Why
no.
not? That was just a personal
No, because the next album is going to be feel-good dance songs.
Okay, so you want
that's not going to be on that one. No, that's not going to be on that one. I Can't Sleep. It's not going to. We were, and when I wrote it, I sent it to Bob, and we were contemplating putting it on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Why
didn't it make it?
Because my co-producer had a very valid point. Mm-hmm. The piece is more time period oriented around what was going on right now, and a lot of the pieces in this are kind of things that can carry on.
Okay,
themes
versus something specific.
Yes, okay. Yeah. So that was pretty much what we're going. Okay, so let's give What Happened to the Revolution another try, and let's try it with the backup music, Bob.
All the music?
Yeah. Let's try it with that.
What happened to the revolution was?
There you go. We're going to try it one more time. And then we're going to let everybody go.
I got the beat.
Y'all can't be late next time.
I got the beat coming.
Y'all can't be.
I
got the party and the bullshit coming. I got all that coming.
Yeah, party and bullshit and party. You can't do that part.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Oh, here we go.
I think. The revolution? What happened to the revolution was brothers and sisters got their afros boxed, braided, and faded, and Jerry curled that shit until the juice dropped down over the eyes, the blindness of what was happening. And by the time we cut that shit off, time for the revolution passed. What happened to the revolution? What happened to the revolution was brothers and sisters put away their dashikis, traded them for the latest fashion trend because everyone, including Theo Huxtable, wanted Gordon Cottrell's shirt. What happened to the revolution?
What happened to the revolution? What?
What happened to the revolution was it was televised, but in the 80s we was watching Cosby. In the 90s we was watching Martin. And now we just binge watching Netflix and chilling because niggas love to watch TV and fuck, and that's more entertaining than the revolution. Whoopi and Joy Bear were able to fight the revolution 1 hour a day during daytime TV, while Don Lemon talks it up every night, and black people yell, amen, and preach, brother, at the TV. And they go back to bed, do the same thing all over again. We're not lifting a finger for the revolution. What happened to the revolution? See, what happened to the revolution was black people were debating about who had better chicken, Popeye, KFC, churches. When you know good and goddamn well, nobody made chicken like Big Mama.
No good mama got that chicken.
What happened to the revolution? What happened to the revolution was they killed Martin. They killed Malcolm. Now Reverend Jackson is charging a mission fee to get into the Rainbow Coalition. We know that we rioted when cops got off for beating Rodney. We cheered for fake-ass brothers like OJ. We marched 1,000,000 men strong with Farrakhan. Then went home to be told what to do, and now the motherfucker had a plan. What happened to the revolution?
What happened to the revolution? What?
See, what happened to the revolution was hip-hop started to use the word niggas in their music, calling all women bitches and hoes, and we became complacent with that shit. And when they disrespected our women, we forgot who our mothers were.
Hip-hop is life, dog.
What happened to the revolution? What happened to the revolution was black people started wearing African guard to perpetrate the fraud, knowing full damn well their asses wasn't going back to Africa. Because in America, we was told we was living free and like slaves. We believed that shit. What happened to the revolution?
What happened to the revolution? What?
See, what happened to the revolution was the government systematically took down the Black Panther Party, vilified them as urban terrorists, then took their ideas of helping the community as a way to keep us enslaved. See, what happened to the revolution?
What happened to the revolution? What?
See, what happened to the revolution was is an excuse to give Sandra Bland, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile, Eric Gardner, John Crawford III, Tamar Rice, if they was allowed to take part in the revolution.
Maybe lost soldiers.
What happened to the revolution? See, what happened to the revolution is black people traded sittings and marches for internet prayer chains because internet became the newest church. Jesus is the newest meme, and we put more money in the pass around time baskets or passing a brand new caddy.
I ain't buying this new caddy.
What happened to the revolution? See, what happened to the revolution is we mistook desegregation for integration. And they had us believing that there was no need for revolution. And while they still wore blackface and put on MAGA hats and saying that America was great during segregation. What happened to the revolution?
What happened to the revolution? What?
See, what happened to the revolution was Kaepernick tried to wake you up for it. But y'all said, nigga, just play the game. And he chose that loving your team was more important than love being black. What happened to the revolution? See, what happened to the revolution was y'all like to party and bullshit and party and bullshit, party and bullshit. And y'all forgot there was supposed to be a revolution. Because what happened to the revolution was you.
One of my favorite pieces right there.
That's the first time I did it with like a backing track, so I was a little off, but you know, it is what it is. But in any event, though, I'd like to thank everybody who joined in and who listened to us, and I'd like to thank Bob Bowling for putting this all together tonight and for helping me put the whole project together. Without him, it would not have been possible. I'd like to thank Ken Dittmer for the percussions. I'd like to thank Ajoda Sinarine for all the keyboard parts that he did. It was fantastic. I would like to thank Brandon, sitting here next to me, for his vocals. I would like to thank Eli. Did I say Eli?
No, not yet.
Eli Daniels for his trumpet. He came in and blew it away. I'd like to give a special shout out to Raisha Stevens, my buddy, my partner in crime on the job, I will always remember when we put Unbroken Spirit together, and
You gotta play that.
we'll play it. And when we put Unbroken Spirit together, and we were finishing up, and she looked at me and she goes, "You don't belong in the office. Like, you belong here." And that was just a big compliment. I want to give a shout out to my 3 daughters, Olivia, Kiana, and Mackenzie, who's not here with us because she fell a little bit under the weather, she said. So she's sick. Stop your sister. Come on. Stop throwing her under the bus. And I want to give a shout out to my son George for the artwork for it. I want to give a shout out to everybody who supports me. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we will be back next year with another album. But please pass the word around about this one. And I want to give a shout out to my good friend, the lovely, beautiful Deja Gilmore, for coming in and sitting with us and asking us questions that you might want to ask us and stuff like that. So, shout out to her too. Did I thank everybody? I want to thank my mom, my dad for having me. I want to thank my sister for being a big support.
I knew the tears were coming.
All right, so we're going to cue out with Unbroken Spirit, if Bob can pull that up. And we're just going to let the camera run, and I want you to listen to the song because this is a very special song on the whole project. So
just vibe.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, I'm gonna bring it in.
Bring it in, Unbroken Spirit. Peace. Thank you very much for hanging out
with
with
us. To the room on this one. Say good night, because I'm gonna cut the audio to the room as the song plays.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Say good night. Deja, say good night.
I said good night.
You did? Okay.
Good night.
iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon. Check it out. I remember when they showed civil rights documentaries all about the struggle and how things used to be. Stories of unity, stories of pride, and the sacrifices that would just make you cry. Attack dogs, the fire hoses, the reasons for segregation, the sit-ins, the boycotts, Brown versus Board of Education. And that's a time that would never be forgot. Folks back then remember where they were when King got shot. Along the way, we seem to have lost the torch, so they went ahead and planned the Million Man March. Yeah, we got laws, but this world ain't trying to change. I coach my son on how to act in public because his skin color ain't the same. But I got hope that one day it'll get better. Write this poem to you as an open letter for peace. Yeah, come on, y'all.
Never feel broken. I don't want you feeling down. Just leave your heart open and let love come around. Alright. Don't let them see you beaten or in despair. Never let your spirit weaken, because we'll always be here. Always stand proud, always stand tall. When they say it's not allowed, that's when you give it your all.
Inside you is strong.
Inside you is strong.
Inside you is strong.
Inside you is strong.
And there's Bobby being born as a stereotype, not realizing from the jump he would have to fight. Poor and black, he's already a statistic, categorized, and he didn't even ask for it. But mom and dad were determined and strong, even though the system treated him like his daddy was gone. And granddad was part of the 60s movement. He told Bobby, the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. So like many others in his situation, he worked hard on his education. But that's the misconception of this nation. See, not every black youth thinks plantation. But with all his degrees and suit, tie, and salaries, he still gets stopped and asked for ID. Because skin color is no guarantee for direct entry. And that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. Come on, y'all, help me out.
Never feel broken. I don't want you feeling down. Just leave your heart open and let love come around. Don't let them see you beaten or in despair. Never let your spirit weaken, because we'll always be here. Always stand proud, always stand tall. When they say it's not allowed, that's when you give it your all.
Inside you is strong.
Inside you is strong.
Inside you is strong.
Inside you is strong.
And we can do this, it's all one love. Do it for the world, cause see, that's what I'm thinking of. This racism thing, it's just another form of hate. Let's throw it all away so we can all be great. And if I could teach the world to appreciate color, if I could teach the world to love one another, I could die a truly free man because I live the best way I can. My brothers and sisters, white, yellow, red, tan, and brown, let's show the haters how we getting down. So no matter what we believe or worship from above, let's get together and give the world a hug. So we got foxes in the hen house causing division. Turn off your TV and make your own decisions. Keep it real, man. Yo, let's start just keep it real. Yeah.
Inside you is strong.
You strong.
Inside you is strong.
I said you're strong.
Inside you is strong.
Do you hear me? You're strong.
Inside you is strong.
Come on, man.
Inside you is strong.
Yo, let's sing it to him.
Inside you is strong.
I believe in you.
Inside you is strong.
You got this. You can do it. You got that unbroken spirit. It's inside of you, man. You got that unbroken spirit. Cause I believe, and inside you're strong.